yesterday was Meat-Free Monday, and I think a lot of people are really looking at ways that they can not only live healthier, but tread lightly on the earth as well.
That's right, and this desire to eat healthier and be more conscious of, the environment has seen the rise in a new diet called the flexitarian diet.
Today I'm at the Park House of Events on 7 to get to the bottom of how to eat not just for weight loss, but for overall health and well-being. Actually, today we're chatting all about healthy and sustainable. What are 3 universal nutritional tips that anybody can adopt?
Firstly, to eliminate, where possible, your refined starches. These are things like your white bread, white rice, white pasta, as well as limit those foods that contain corn syrup or, of course, high in sugar. My second tip would be to ensure that your water intake is optimal. Water is so beneficial for the body. It does so many wonderful things. It helps to detoxify the body, it regulates your body temperature, it helps to boost your immune system. And finally, my last tip would be to ensure that you're getting 4 to 5 portions of your fresh fruits and vegetables per day.
Going gluten-free has become incredibly popular. So what is gluten and how would one avoid it if they needed to?
Gluten is a protein that's commonly found in some of our grains, such as your wheat, barley, occasionally in oats, as well as your rye. And you wouldn't necessarily need to avoid gluten unless you are suffering from celiac disease or gluten intolerance. Celiac disease is an allergy to gluten, which actually can be quite dangerous because it does do some damage to the small intestine. And a gluten intolerance is really what it says it is. So this often shows in symptoms such as gastrointestinal discomfort or distress. It can show in a rash on the skin. There are various ways. If you were new to cutting out gluten, it can be difficult to do. So my recommendation would rather be to look for alternatives. So for example, you could have a gluten-free pasta, and that way you would still be able to enjoy your sauce that you like to consume with your pasta. You could have gluten-free bread, that way you could still have your egg on toast in the morning, and that really does help with trying to stick gluten-free, but still consuming the foods that you enjoy.
A new buzzword in nutrition circles is flexitarian. Flexitarianism is an increasingly popular vegetarian diet that still allows for the occasional meat dish.
The flexitarian diet is getting more and more popular by the day. What is interesting, though, about this flexitarian movement is that there is little emphasis actually being placed on intolerances and allergies as the reason behind this movement, but rather for personal beliefs, such as ethical reasonings, as well as the environmental concerns with regards to the damages that mass meat production can actually do to the environment, as well as people's personal disease control or disease management reasoning as well. If you want to become flexitarian and that is your choice, you're doing a bit for your health, you're doing a bit for the environment, so it's fantastic.
I can imagine that increasing your intake of veggies and decreasing your intake of meat has some obvious health benefits. What do they include?
Firstly, you increase your amount of fresh vegetables, and that obviously provides the body with a lot more micronutrients. It has got an increased amount of fiber in that as well then, and it's got a number of antioxidants as well. Then a less obvious benefit is that you are cutting down your amounts of saturated fat, as protein or animal meat does naturally contain amounts of saturated fat in them that a lot of people may not know about.
If we wanted to start eating fewer animal products and byproducts, where would we start?
There are great plant protein sources that can be used as an alternative to animal protein sources, such as that of tofu, soy. Nuts and seeds are extremely high in protein, chickpeas, legumes. We even have excellent non-dairy sources that are available as well. We've got coconut milk and coconut creams. We've got rice milk. Almond milk is a great source of protein as well. You can get non-dairy cheeses at the moment. They're also available, which are delicious and tasty. If you are wanting to go flexitarian, if you're wanting to cut down on your animal product, there is so much available for you out there.
And now for this final point, and I know that a lot of people struggle with this, healthy snacking on the go. What options and tips can you give to those people watching?
Firstly, if you're prepared the night before while you're watching a movie or you're making some dinner, feeding the kids, whatever you are doing, just keep some time aside for yourself to prepare something for the next day. Otherwise, what happens is that by the time that you are hungry, your sugar levels have dropped so low that you really crave whatever's available, and a lot of the time that is the unhealthiest option that you can think of. Then I think the other problem is that people just don't know what is available in terms of already formulated healthy snacks. And if you pop into a Dis-Chem, you'll see there is so much available. You know, you've got your corn thins or your corn crackers to spread on some nut butters. You can use some guacamole or some hummus. That's a really healthy snack. And of course, you've got your energy bars or you've got your protein bars, depending on what your weight management goal is at the time as well. It really is all about knowing what is available. And I think the advice there would be to look at the product, read the ingredients list, look at what is contained inside of the product, and that will give you a good indication of whether it's a healthy snack or not.
Thank you, Lisa. Raleigh. Now, a healthy body is just one part of the equation. A happy mind is also so important. And that is why Dis-Chem is giving you the chance to win a brain booster hamper packed with various health foods, minerals and supplements, and even a medicine ball and yoga mat to inspire some mindful exercise.
Exactly. So to stand a chance of winning this incredible hamper, simply SMS Dis-Chem to 33728 and you could be our next lucky winner. And every time you enter, you are also entered into that big grand prize draw where you could win 12,000 Rand in Dis-Chem shopping vouchers. So be sure to enter. SMSs cost R1.50 and terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. Dis-Chem, pharmacists who care.